Hello everyone. So in this week's vlog for Going Places, we decided to share with you our journey to install solar power. So we live in Cape Town, and currently the big issue in South Africa is load shedding, where we have a lot of times where the power is cut on a scheduled basis, and then, well, houses are without. There you have it, load shedding. Okay, so that was just a joke. Our lights will not go off because we actually have installed solar power. So in this video that we're going to show you now, we're basically going to just explain to you what we did, how we did it, the benefits of doing it, as well as maybe the cost involved and so forth. So this video is all about beating load shedding by installing solar power.
Welcome to our channel Going Places. My name is Jacobus.
And my name is Eric. We are happily married and we live in Cape Town.
A while back we decided to document parts of our lives, not just for our own memories to one day look back on, but also to showcase our beautiful city. So the system we do have currently, we initially started in February of 2022. We started with 3 lithium batteries of a capacity of 5.5 kilowatts each, and 2 inverters, which were, it's 5 kilowatt inverter each as well. So that's 10 kilowatt inverter in total. That's just to help us if there is a big surge in demand from the house, that we can take the spike. And then we added 12 solar panels. They were 455 kilowatts each. So that was the system we had up until beginning of June. Then we decided to add a further battery of another 5.5, so that in total created 4 batteries of 5.5 kilowatt each, and also added a further 8 solar panels. So we had 20. We now have 20 solar panels in total. So with this system, we currently, if there's full sunlight in a day, it takes about maximum 3 hours to fully charge the system. That is also then including the demand that we do have if there is a bit of need for our solar geyser to use electricity to charge and to get up to a certain temperature. It will use from our internal grid, and also like the dishwasher. So yeah, so I think we're quite stable, that we have enough power to sustain us. I would imagine if it's for a week that it's raining and there's just dark clouds out, that we will struggle. But yeah, in general we have enough power to go through a day and night.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Sorry, I need to ask because he knows more than I do about this, what its capabilities are. So on a normal day, if we just run the basic things that we normally run, how much electricity does that use then?
So I would say on average we use about 20 units. A unit represents about a kilowatt, so that's about 20 kilowatts a day. So that's in a 24-hour cycle. But it also depends. Your system can be generating much more than that, or if there's rain, it can be less. So on average, I would say it works out to about 20 units.
And does that 20 units, what does that, will that include use of an oven as well?
I would say that includes the use of an oven, or sometimes it's microwave that you need to use, or air fryer. That also includes that our geyser is using electricity to also assist to get our water to our 55 degrees temperature.
And just to add it, we actually have a geyser as well. So the geyser is already using a solar panel, but sometimes when it's a rainy day, we just need to boost it. Am I right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now in winter, because we do have excess energy that our system generates, instead of waiting for the sun to only generate or to heat it enough, I do boost it because our solar system for the geyser do have the option to at times where you can use electricity, so it will use from our other solar panels to boost that solar geyser, so that we have nice and hot water in the evening when we need to shower, or in the morning when we need to wake up.
Yes. Yeah, and say if you don't run anything extra in terms of air conditioning or oven, just your normal run-of-the-mill day things like your fridges that would be on all the time, and maybe lights that's on wherever you are. How much power does that use?
So our standby power, I would say, what we require just to keep the fridges and the things that's on idle, basically that's on, like the Wi-Fi, routers, that's about 300 watt. So if you times that times, let's say on average you need that for 24 hours, that is over 7 kilowatts that you need just to run that system on standby. So that's without any additional use. So that should give you at least an idea of how much power or the size of the system you need to put in to fulfill your needs.
Yeah. So I just want to talk again about the load shedding. We just
Our favorite.
correct me if I'm right. So we are actually now certain parts of Cape Town has got excess power because they've got like a hydroelectric type of system which they add to the grid. So people that are part of the Cape Town municipality for power payments, actually they get less. They two levels below the rest of the country. We unfortunately does not fall in that area, and so we actually are at stage 6. Are we at stage 6 at the moment?
Well, it's downgraded currently to stage 4.
Okay, but the whole week was stage 6 basically. And that means how much hours were we off in a 24-hour period that we didn't have Eskom power?
Well, it's between 6 and 8 hours a day.
Yeah, so it's a quarter or a third of the day. This scenario is quite bad because it hasn't been like this for quite a long time. But that is a quarter or a third of the day. Most people are without any type of electricity. So you can imagine how a system like this are beneficial to us. So we don't even sometimes realize there's load shedding. We have everything running. We can still, have the geyser on and everything. So I think that's quite good. From a financial point of view, I think we put quite a big system in. So I'm not sure if it's going to pay off over the long term in terms of just monetary value. Probably it will. But you can easily do this at a smaller scale and still prevent load shedding. And it will definitely pay off in the long term in a financial way in terms of how much you are going to spend on electricity. And so financially it does make sense. But just to add to that, what it really does help is just your own peace of mind and your own, it doesn't take your joy away in your life, basically, because we can do what we want. We always have Wi-Fi. Our computers are on all the time. We can watch TV whenever we want, and we can still make food whenever we want. So I think that those are the type of things that are really beneficial for having a system like this.
No, I agree. Because I'm working from home most of the time, and I still have Wi-Fi still on. I can charge my laptop. I can put a heater on if I need to. So there's no issues in that regard. So, but it is a bit of a struggle for people which doesn't have this system. Just from a monetary point, we're in 2022, so more or less a starting system like this would cost anything between 100,000 and 150,000 rand, depending on how you spec it. And that I would say is an entry-level system, just to maybe put your lights and Wi-Fi on and to combat the load shedding. That then includes also solar panels, so you can also then, in the day when there is enough sun, run most of your appliances off that system. sunlight. But then it also goes up quite significantly. I would say to be completely, for our size home, to be completely 100% off grid would be probably like 400,000 Rand and above, depending on the system you put in and also the battery sizes, to not be reliant on the solar of the Eskom electricity grid.
I think we are probably somewhere in between starter system and totally off the grid. So we're not completely off the grid, but we can probably run most of the year, most of the time. We would never have to think even of Eskom, especially in the summer. We will never have to use Eskom. It's only on real winters, rainy days, if there's a few rainy days in a row that's the times when we might need to use still a bit of Eskom power. But yeah, we are, I think I'm quite happy where we are. We didn't have to spend so much money to be totally off, but we are, I would think, 95 or 99% off grid. Almost.
Yeah, there's probably more to 99%.
Yeah.
It also depends, and I think the biggest thing and I think I'm probably more like a pain in that regard, is I monitor it constantly, and I would turn off things, or I know when the load is high, I would not put another appliance on, and also. And
we don't bake things when it's rainy days. We try not to use the oven. We've got an air fryer, so we will maybe then rather use our gas stove or maybe the air fryer, which use less electricity than the stove.
So I think in that regard, how we manage the system is it helps us to be almost 100% off grid. But it also depends. If you with a family, we don't have children, so if you with a family, it might be a different scenario where you might need to go back to the grid. Our system is also developed in such a way that it is still a hybrid system where it literally it's within a split second where it turns itself back into the grid if you run out of power.
Can we show that on the? Can we show it on the to the people on the vlog?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So we're in our garage now. This is where our system is situated. Those orange things you see is the inverters, and then the batteries are there on top. I don't know if you can maybe explain a few of these things.
Sure.
Ek dink sit hom outomaties aan. Video.
Okay, so a lot going on, but like Eric mentioned, these are our inverters. It's 5 kilowatt each, so in total it's a combined system of 10 kilowatt inverter. Basically what happens is they take the power from the PV, which is our photovoltaic or panels on the roof. It comes into our inverters, and from here it will feed either into our batteries or directly into the home, in our home. And the inverters are also connected to our Eskom grid, which is also linked here via a DV board. We've got multiple DV boards. You can also see here is our solar panel. It's currently on, so you can see the red light is on. So it's currently using our solar panels to generate electricity to heat the panel. And then we also have we've got this little blue box here is our currently our Hubble integration that's our BMS system that manages the whole process, where we can then check on a web page what is in real time, what is happening with the system. So how much is coming from the solar panels and how much electricity we're pulling from, or the load from the house, and how much the batteries is charged or discharged at any given time. So that's also quite nice. So yeah.
I'm just standing outside. There's a half-built house, 2 houses from us. So I can see our rooftop, and I just wanted to show you our sun panels on the top. The one that's standing skew there is the sun geyser solar panel, but then we have the panels on that side of the roof. If you go over, it's a bit behind the wall there, but there's the other panels that was added the second round. So